All right, what I found while tearing the oven apart, and you'll find this on many different brands of ovens, is for one, you have to pick the conveyor up and move it in to get the chain off. And these drive chains, there's a lot of maintenance associated to those. If you don't keep them lubed and stuff, you can wear sprockets out. And it's a maintenance item and have to be replaced after time. With this, you had to pick the conveyor up and move it to get that drive chain off in order to get the conveyor out. One of the issues we ran into, we're kind of limited on space here, so we hit our make line on either side. When we moved it over a little bit, we got it out further, and it even hit this one back here. So we had to do some rearranging to finagle the conveyor out this right-hand side, and the right-hand side is the only way this conveyor will come out, because you got a sprocket that won't allow it to go the other direction. And so it was kind of difficult. It ended up being a two-man job getting that conveyor out. So, and then once we got the conveyor out, we had to remove these plugs on the end. There's eight total thumb screws on there. They're plastic. They have a tendency to get brittle and break after time. So we got lucky, these came right off, but there's 8 total thumb screws there. And then once we got those plugs off, you got to fish the fingers out this end. So to get the inner fingers, I literally had to get in there and get them broke loose and out of there. If this was a triple stack in an oven on the bottom, I'd have to get down on the floor and crawl up in there to get that back finger out. And once we got everything cleaned up and putting it back together, all the fingers, the bodies are the same. So you can put the lower fingers in the upper positions, and I didn't have any finger map or anything showing me where the fingers go. So I just had to guess if they were tops or bottoms. They all went in it. They're interchangeable. You can put them in any position. So I just put them back where I thought they would go, and turns out that it was the wrong position for them. I actually put some of them in upside down. But once I got it back together correctly, I actually put these plugs that go back on the end, I put those back upside down and in the wrong positions. And then I had to bring another person in here to help me get that conveyor back in position. It was getting hung up and stuff, trying to get it slid back into the bake chamber. And then I forgot to put the drive chain on. And of course that drive chain, it's really tight back here, so I had to lift the conveyor and scoot it back over in order to get that drive chain back on there. But after some time and finagling, I finally got it all back together correctly, but it is challenging. With the XLT ovens, it's nice being able to pull those fingers directly out of the front of the oven. You got 4 knobs to take off. That whole front comes off, and when you're putting that oven back together, you can't mess it up. There's a position for every finger, and you can't put that finger in the wrong position. So that's really nice with the XLT oven, and not to mention the conveyor that comes out the front of the oven. That's game changing. There's nothing in the industry like that. That's super nice. I was able to pull that conveyor out of there all by myself. There's no maintenance on a drive chain. It's direct drive. That motor is moved away from the control box, so it's not getting all that heat from right off that side panel. So probably some good longevity in that conveyor motor. So I'd go XLT.